Welcome to Really American. I am Michael Hayne. Now, former Trump officials and Republicans lining up to embrace Kamala Harris has been insane.
Greetings from the great state of Georgia. So let's get the hard part out of the way. I am a Republican. But tonight, I stand here as an American that cares more about the future of this country than the future of Donald Trump. My journey started to this podium.
This morning, more than 200 Republicans who previously worked for former Presidents George H.W. Bush, George W. Bush, and or former Senators John McCain and Mitt Romney, they signed a letter backing Vice President Harris for president. The list includes former chiefs of staff, press secretaries, campaign managers, interns. There are some interns on the list as well.
And then, of course, Dick Cheney, the most evil guy on the fucking planet. He's like an existential void. I orchestrated an illegal invasion of Iraq, but I shot my friend in the face because I thought he was a bird. You know, he came out and vociferously endorsed Kamala Harris, along with, well, obviously his daughter, Liz Cheney, did so. She has been aggressively going after Trumpy Dumpty for quite some time. And now Bill O'Reilly, who, of course, is like the father of all right-wing propaganda, the dude responsible for taking your dad away from reason and logic, if you're a millennial like me. I mean, he's not quite in the realm of evil of Dick Cheney. Like, Dick Cheney is like basking in like fetal tissue and everything like that. But Bill O'Reilly, let's face it, Bill O'Reilly, as we called him, you know, he's the one who created this whole manufacturing outrage over nothingness. Well, now Bill O'Reilly, while he was promoting a new book, is now coming out saying that Obama was actually a pretty hardworking president and he had positive things to say about him. Let's take a look at that.
We were very fair to Barack Obama in confronting the presidents. I had a good relationship with Obama. I knew what he was doing and why he was doing it. And he wasn't, in his mind or in my mind, damaging the country. I didn't think he was damaging the country at all. Obama was the hardest working modern president. And that's why I didn't like Biden. Obama didn't like Biden because Biden was like taking a nap every 3 hours. I didn't agree with his massive spending tactics because I don't think that works in the long run for the working American. Can't raise taxes the way these guys want to raise them on the Democratic side. But I don't think Obama was a bad president at all. In fact, you could put him in the good category because he uplifted a portion of the American population that needed to be uplifted. People of color.
Wasn't a bad president. That's kind of an understatement, don't you think, Billy O? Because if you're a man who cares about history like you claim you do, you will know that historians have ranked Obama in like the top 10. Whereas Trumpy Dumpty, he's like dead last. You know, the guy who like refused to wear a jacket during his inauguration. He died a day later of pneumonia. He was a much better president than me. Of course he was a better president than you. I believe Nixon was a better president than you. Now look, Billy-O, I appreciate that moment of candor and enlightenment, okay? That's great. But mass spending? I think it was Obama who inherited, what, a deficit of like 1.4 trillion? It was Obama who inherited a great recession, a housing crisis, the collapse of the auto industry. It was Obama who turned that all around. In fact, the deficit went down under Obama, but also Obama actually didn't spend enough. A lot of economists say that the stimulus was way too small, that it should have been bigger. But you want to know who did spend like a newly anointed NFL player in a strip club? Trumpy Dumpty. This is a dude who inherited Obama's bullish economy, rode the success of it, took credit for it when he had nothing to do with it, spent raised the debt by like 7 trillion, okay? His reverse tax cut scheme, which awarded corporations permanent tax cuts, creating no revenues, whereas taxes for the middle class, they went up. Yeah, so may want to check your spending stats there, Billy-O. And even though you worked for a right-wing propaganda machine that basically had to settle a $1 billion lawsuit for lying to its idiot audience, I'll give you a pass saying, rightful and principled things like that, taking that principled stand. But when it comes to presidents and spending, let's see what would happen if Fox News actually covered Trump the way they covered Obama.
What is wrong with this president? How dumb is he?
The purpose of a journalist is to hold people in power accountable.
Now, we're going to vet the president. We're going to talk about his vacation, his golfing.
2 golf outings for the president cost $2.9 million. That alone is amazing.
Should a president, the leader of the free world, be on a social network tweeting?
No.
He's kind of a celebrity president. He's kind of like Ryan Seacrest.
This is a president who does not really know what he wants to do. He simply wants to be popular with everybody, every audience before which he stands.
The president seems almost obsessed with cable TV, or am I wrong?
This is a president who rules by executive authority, executive action.
When he's not doing executive actions, he's out on the golf course.
The president heads to Florida for a boys' weekend of golf.
Yes, this president is the beneficiary of the vision and the action of his predecessor.
The rule used to be a sitting president doesn't criticize his predecessor, especially by name.
Has any president in your lifetime taken on this kind of tone, this kind of harshness, either towards his predecessor or towards a single media outlet? I have never seen this before.
Without the teleprompter, the president doesn't know exactly what to do correctly.
The president's budget that he gave today, all right, doesn't cut any deficit. It increases the debt.
For the man who said we have to get our deficit under control, he's not doing it. It's like golf, Mr. President. You play a lot of that.
Sorry, people. I'm sure you have, successfully expunged those awful Fox memories from your brain, and I just brought that trauma back. But seriously, first of all, none of that was true. Absolutely none of that was true. More like hyperbole and exaggeration, because Faux News Network had nothing but Baracknophobia, as I called it, during his 8 years. Yeah, that's right. He's the guy who served 2 terms, wasn't impeached, no scandals, no cheating, nothing, no weirdness. Anyway, none of that was true, but it's all true during Trump's administration. All of his golfing, all of his vacations, the deficit, everything. So just imagine for a moment, Bill, if you guys then covered Trump the way you covered Obama. I mean, hell, Obama could even put mustard on a burger. Yeah, that's right. Remember? He put mustard on a burger, and somehow, is this guy a terrorist? What's he putting mustard on a burger for? No, should we trust him? So yeah, while so many classic Republicans have come out of the woodwork, have come out of hiding, and have embraced Kamala Harris, and now I guess in a sense Billy O is doing so now, it is still important to set the record straight and let everyone know what exactly you were doing during your heyday at Fox News. I am Michael Hayne. This is Really American. Hit that subscribe button and check me out on TikTok at my latest, at Mike Hayne Comedian. Talk to you later.